Hello everyone, this is Wolf, and I wanted to make this message about the 10th dimensional frequencies that are coming in and the portals that we're opening at this point in time. We are opening the 888 portal and the 777 portal. These portals are going to help us become interdimensional and interwoven with new dimensional ley lines, help us collapse timelines along our path, having more emotional stability within ourselves, having a consecration within our faith, and a deep concentration and focusing on the ambitions and the goals that we have within our current reality, having a different universality and a different relationship with ourselves, and being able to really understand the power and the glory and the connection that we can have here and now if we choose to accept the laws of this universe. So it's basically allowing ourselves to become interwoven, interdimensional, simultaneous, embracing omnipresence, embracing new frequencies, but being able to be humble, to be gracious, and to accept the new frequencies within our heart centers. So being able to really understand how you integrate and how you mold yourself into the deep metamorphosis and the simultaneous presence that you are of that awareness, and being consistent and having repetition towards the things that you want to channel, towards the things that you want to do within your life, and the ability to embrace newfound experiences and having complete allowance within your space to demonstrate that truth within every single thing that you do. So the ability to open up these portals and to open up this connection is the ability to have acceptance and quantum shift into the alchemy that you want to become in this moment. So it's giving yourself the ability to embrace true power, to embrace higher, further, faster, to embrace an accelerated way of connecting and transcending the conditioning, but also making sure that you're using words of wisdom that help you develop resonance and the key components of acceleration within your own experience. To have a transcendental experience, to see that your experience is transcendental of itself, knowing itself, accepting itself, and being able to reinforce and redevelop emotional intelligence, infinite intelligence, and to embrace the infinite and absolute reality as one. So these 10th dimensional frequencies are showing us intuition, showing us the science of achievement, and showing us a deep fulfillment within our soul's desire, within the purified desires that are on this planet, demonstrating to us what we can be and what we can do, and having complete demonstration within the power that we are. So as this message is being channeled through, we see that when we accept these new portals, they give us more of a lift and more of an edge of being rebellious towards the way that we want to exist as. Meaning that we are not fighting for our lives, we're just choosing to live our lives as we choose to live it, as we choose to open up to it. The ability to know yourself in this moment as this 10th dimensional frequency, you can connect into the divinity that you are. You can be the presence that you are. You can choose to empower and motivate and see that in this moment, you're here to live your exact existence on how you want to resonate and how you want to become in this moment. So this 10th dimensional frequencies are helping us not only with our fluctuations within our energy, but being able to really transform very quickly. It's a quickening, it's a fastening of your metaphysical nature, of your non-dual awareness, to be able to just reinforce the exact existence and the awareness and the connection that you are. So embracing these new 10th dimensional frequencies is the ability to know yourself in this moment. It's the ability to flow with the intuition as it's guiding you, and to really encompass those new vibrations as it's reverberating to you, as it's demonstrating to you, and seeing these sound waves that are coming in these newfound intentions are connecting us deeper to different aspects of the I Am Presence. So each aspect of your personality, each aspect of your thought forms, each aspect of your emotional guidance system is pulling you into the direction of what you want to be connected with. So it's giving you the ability to embrace, to see that everything is just reversing your catalyst, and seeing that the experiences that you can reverse and that you can appear into awareness to accept this universality within your own nature, to generate that luminosity within your space, to shine from greater distances, is to see that you're distancing yourself and having the inseparability towards the things that you want to become and what you want to experience in a sense. So it gives you a breath of fresh air. It gives you that sense of patience. It gives you that sense of wanting to know exactly what you want to become in this moment. And seeing, when you accept these new 10th dimensional frequencies, they're going to give you power that has not been unlocked yet. It's giving you a sense and sensibility, of direction, of connection, of what you want to be connected to. So in this moment, you have to give yourself permission to accept these new energies. As you are accepting these new energies, don't be afraid of how it might change you and how it might appear on the outside. Because now we're actually molding what is on the outside and what is on the inside. Because that is prophetic integration. So now you're tapping into your prophetic nature, meaning that you're prophesying exactly what you want, but making sure that every prophecy that you're on within the I Am presence is coming fully into balance with oneself. So it's giving you the ability to see the totality of your creation, the totality of the manifestation of life, to see your life changing as it wants to be directed towards you, and as you are pulling yourself into that direction and really encompassing this newfound grace that is inside of your life, and seeing that all of your relationships will not be just scattered presences or scattered thoughts or anything that doesn't have cohesion or flow. So one of the things that I was getting with this 10th dimensional frequency was the very fact that all of us are growing within this nature. We're letting go of the sense of me, and we're coming into the sense of unity and the sense of balance, into the sense of really using our imagination and wonder so that we're able to manifest the things that we want to manifest, but reinforcing the divine will that we want to become in this moment. So it's giving yourself the ability to see that when you empower yourself within these new frequencies and open up the 777 portal and the 888 portal, it's helping you not only accelerate along the path, but also being able to rebalance the energies and the structures within your own life, no matter what they are. Maybe it's your appearance, maybe it's your health, maybe it's your finances, maybe it's something that you want to do that you're really inspired by, rather it's writing a book, or it's wanting to make speaking engagements happen. So no matter what it is, it means that the scales are finally coming back into balance, and now that you're not living your life based on how society wants you to live, based on how existence wants you to live, you're choosing existence itself. So now you're molding and bending reality and manipulating the energy around you to where you're actually manifesting something that isn't hard, that isn't rigid, that isn't of resistance, but it's helping you understand your 10th dimensional blueprint. This means that there's no fear. This means that there's no hesitation. It just means that there's no doubt within your space. There's no questioning yourself. So one of the things that limits us is that we have hesitation or question or doubt. In the 10th dimension, there is none of that. There's only progression. So meaning sometimes acceleration doesn't always feel like progression, and it doesn't always feel like you're going 100 miles an hour. But sometimes it's being patient and being bold enough to ask for the things that you really want to receive and really want to connect to. So it's the ability here and now to not sell yourself short, to not feel as if you're limited, but to feel as if you are infinite. So this means that you are not only manifesting the intuition and becoming guided by wisdom and becoming guided by the very fact that you are actually speaking to the promises of your own heart. So this means that a lot of what we say has very much power and has much weight. So in the 10th dimension, they really do watch what they say. Because a lot of the times we can just say random stuff all the time, and we could be manifesting that and attracting that to ourselves. Like saying that you really, really despise somebody. Well, you're actually, with that judgment, with that projection of your own energy, with those words of disdain and disrespect, Sometimes you're giving yourself that moment where you're projecting and focusing your energy somewhere else where you don't need to be. So they're eradicating the energies of jealous, of envy, of wanting what someone else has, in a sense, or wanting their life, or wanting to be like your favorite celebrity, in a sense. So in the 10th dimensional frequencies in this message that I'm channeling, they don't want us to feel like we want anybody else's glory or success or connection, in a sense. They don't want us to feel like we have to have that in our life. But the only thing that we should have in our lives is the ability to see here and now that we can create from a standpoint of being non-biased. So they want us to see that if there's any loophole within our ego or our vanity or our lack of trust and stuff like that, it gives us the ability to see from a different vantage point. And we see that in this moment that we are connecting into different radio frequencies, different electromagnetic kinetic source energies. And also, telepathically, we are seeing that we're really communicating exactly to spirit in meditation through our third eye. So telepathically, you're communicating something much deeper within yourself and having the ability to not know all the details in your reality and not know what's going on with another person. Rather, you have a client and do stuff with meditation and psychic readings and stuff. So you can know what someone needs and what someone wants without having to necessarily be right next to them. This means that intuition is coming in much faster, much more accelerated, much easier. So there's an ease and a grace period that is happening when we're encompassing these new 10th dimensional frequencies. It's very much beautiful to see that these 10th dimensional frequencies are really helping us to see who we really are and what we want to become in this moment. So that power to know, that power to understand, the essential knowing of being, and the essential nature of discovery is the ability to always align to your seeking impulse and how it drives you. So one of the things that they were telling me is that when you live your life based on how you connect into the intuition that you're being guided by, it means that you have to be receptive enough to hear it. You have to listen to the intuition as it's guiding you and be guided by that intuition, and then have acceptance towards it, and then have the ability to release all false intentions, false pretenses of a false identification of what you assume yourself to be. So one of the things that they were wanting me to tell you with this 10th dimensional message is that dissolving the realm of assumption, assuming yourself to be something that you're completely not. Meaning that when you assume that you are this thing, or you assume that I am lacking of something, every time that we assume, we're making a fool out of ourselves. Even though in our realities we've had to play the fool, in a sense. So yes, a lot of the times we've had to play the fool within our own reality. So when we stop perpetuating the fool, or feeding the black wolf, in a sense, instead of the white wolf, there's a Native American tell that the white wolf was like honest, integrity, outgoing, kind, and wondrous. And then the black wolf was ego, vanity, and lust. So it's a discernment on what you want to connect to, in a sense. Are you going to feed the white wolf or the black wolf today? Are you going to experience the polarities of excitement or disillusion? Are you going to be joyful, and no matter what happens in our lives, we're going to live in a beautiful state? So that's one of the things that they were telling me, is the ability to see in this moment that no matter what happens in your life, no matter what goes on in your life, you can find something, a little strand of something in your life that is great and that is wondrous and that gives you life, in a sense. So yes, there could be 5 different things that make you feel bad in your life. But if you can focus on the one thing that's really, really good in your life and go on about that, then all the other things will kind of fall by the wayside, and they won't be such a reinforcement within your reality. This means that this is giving you perspective and clarity in the midst of the drive and the connection that you're encompassing upon. So it's the ability to have the intelligence to be interwoven and interconnected with the very fact that you don't have to be perfect in this moment. So this means embracing the sense of gratitude and positive thoughts and empowerment, but also not being afraid to see yourself in a state that is not in your preference. So seeing a state that's not in your preference means that you're taking accountability and that you're owning up and having reflection and seeing the reflection that is in the mirror, in a sense. So in this moment, we can see, are we going to eat from the tree of knowledge or the tree of life, in a sense? I don't know if you see my bracelet there. But one of the reasons why I got that was because I wanted to symbolize the tree of life. When you look at a tree, how does it make you feel? So think about when you go barefoot and you walk in the grass and you see the trees and you feel the wind blowing on your face or maybe on your body, in a sense. You feel that activation. You feel as if you're connected back into Mother Gaia, and you feel that you're connected back into the natural ways of seeing the Ascended Master within. And you see how that feels, because you're not focused on just one thing. You're not focusing on economic collapse. You're not focused on your problems, right? You're not focused on just yourself. You have to take the drive and the focus off of yourself. So that's one of the things that the 10th dimension does, is that they don't focus on a person that's having this human experience that, oh my God, Connie didn't like my hair, or oh my God, I'm overweight. Because none of those things matter at the end of the day, because we can all look beautiful on the outside. We can all look like Sandra Bullock or, a famous male actor, Henry Cavill. We can all look like that on the outside. But if our inside is completely fucked up, then guess what? Then you're not going to be a nice person. You're just going to be a good-looking person that's absolute shit, So it's kind of seeing that distinction, is that we can be so great on the outside, but on the inside, if we don't have that fulfillment within ourselves, if we don't have that deep connection within who we are, then we're not going to be connected to things that we want to be a part of. So giving yourself the distinction of relaxation, meaning that when we sever the ties, when we sever the sense of breaking down, the sense of falling, instead of getting back up. So we have to sever the tie that we're not falling down in life and that life doesn't beat us down. It just means that life is actually making us bolder, stronger, and more cunning in our search for the Creator within. So, the 10th dimension, and I'm really learning a lot about this because my girlfriend said, you're receiving a 10th dimensional message. She said I needed to receive it in my heart. So that's the ability, because you can receive it here. You can receive it in your mind. You can receive it directly here. But if you don't receive things in your heart, then you're not being led by something that is sincere and something that is vulnerable, something that is free-flowing. But then, once we accept it in our heart, then we open up, then we're more vulnerable, then we're more open to reception and acceptance. So this means that we're not only accelerated on the path, but it's as if we're time traveling within this existence. That's one last thing that they wanted me to talk to you guys about, was that when we're on periods of acceleration, integrating emotionally, healing, transcending, seeing signs, confirmations, and miracles along our way, we are becoming the time travelers of existence. We're transversing the human experience as we're going along it, as we're going along the path. We are transversing literal space and time and becoming the absence of time and completely debunking linearity. We're completely debunking linearity and seeing that we're not based in time, space, energy. We're just here, we're just there, we're everywhere. and we're interconnected. So this means that in this moment, that life is showing you how to become. Life is not happening to you. Life is not being mean to you. I'm not being mean to you. But life is existing because you are living on this planet. That's the only reason why the light of awareness is existing. It means that if it didn't exist and if God just stopped, everything would just go into a flash and this message would not matter. So that's not going to happen anytime soon, because I don't think Source is going to do that. Because I don't think Source would do that to people, because there's a reason why people exist and live out their lifetime progressions. So the last thing I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to do some healing energy to encompass this new energy that we're coming into, but also this ability to see the 10th dimensional frequencies that are coming in. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want. Don't be afraid to get even using language sometimes that's like, I want this thing to fucking happen right now. Don't be afraid to be edgy. Don't be afraid to be rebellious. Don't be afraid to say that I choose to fucking exist. That's literally what they're telling me to say right now. Don't be afraid to be the ascended master within. Don't be afraid to become Christ consciousness. Don't be afraid to be in your own divine skin, in a sense. Be who you want to be and embrace these 10th dimensional frequencies that are inside of your heart. Because once you do, you will live within that interdimensional way of being. You will become simultaneous. You'll embrace challenge and catalyst. You'll embrace that life is not happening to you, but it's helping you mold and change into the existence that you want to become. It's helping you to have a quickening, to have a shakening, to have a fastening of your abilities. And that's the power to know. And that's the power to become, in a sense. I don't know if you guys have been having something with your throat chakra, but I have been having it for the past couple of days. I almost hacked at the lung on a live. It was really kind of cringy. But it's okay to be cringy. Let's be cringy, let's be weird, let's be spiritual. So thank you guys. We're going to do some healing energy. I have a new private session special. It's 30 minutes for $50, 45 minutes for $85 to connect with me with psychic readings, healings, activations. Around 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing readings, healings, activations. I hope to see you guys there. And now we're going to do some visualization. We're going to do some healing energy for the 10th dimensional frequencies and opening up the 7-7 portal and the 888 portal. Archangels of love and light, who's willing to cleanse us of our auric field, tapping into God's source energy and the great I am, diving deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth, connecting to the 7-7 grid and the 888 grid, and allowing ourselves to embrace these new portals as they're coming in electromagnetic kinetic source energy frequencies, and also connecting into the state of rejuvenation, quick release, connecting into our abilities fully, and embracing this divine alchemy, divine justice, and divine authority as a way of reinforcing our divine will and connecting into the power to know and the power to be, and the allowance within our own space to be guided by the sense of meditation. We're going to have Sasquatch come in, helping us become interdimensional and interwoven with our new dimensional ley lines so that we can resonate with our 10th dimensional frequencies, activating quantum telepathy, connecting into your galactic chakras, and feeling into the power to know and the power to become and the power to resonate within your own space. Billions of light codes are coming in, embracing this new DNA and embracing this new intuition that's coming in, frequency codes and downloads coming from the 10th dimension. Higher, further, faster, a quickening, a shakening, a fastening of our abilities and our wisdom and our grace and our deep connection into prophecy. Acceleration and progression does not feel like you're going 200 miles an hour. Sometimes it feels like stillness and patience. Sometimes asking for exactly what you want and becoming edgy and rebellious towards the way that you want to exist, to the way that you want to become, and to the way of the Ascended Masters. Saint Germain and Merlin are going to help us with infinite intelligence. And 10th dimensional light language is being given to a lot of you. So receive this light language from the 10th dimension. Archangel Michael is going to help us become bold and wise and cunning in our demonstration of the seeking impulse. In the 10th dimension, that is just normal to seek your divinity, to be free, to be bold, and to know that it's just a normalcy, and that it's also a delicacy. That you see that everything in your reality is just you reversing the catalyst, you reversing the reflections, you embracing the new energy of your own nature, of your own connection, and of your own wisdom. This means that you become one that radiates from luminosity normally. Universality is the ability to embrace simultaneity. And it means that you fully embrace and fully encompass your I Am Presence, each aspect of your I Am Presence in this moment. So giving that distinction and giving that realization is seeing that everything in your reality is just based on how much you choose to exist. Choosing existence will help. Choosing your guidance, your resonance, and your spiritual awakening above all else. That's the purity of love, that is the purity of wisdom, and that's the 10th dimensional frequencies coming in, bestowing to us how we can become very, very powerful without having to try so hard. So you don't have to try so hard, you don't have to work so hard anymore as you're accepting these new 10th dimensional frequencies. This means that there's an ease, there is a majesty, there is a relaying of the shared wisdom. It's letting your worries go and allowing Source to mold you like the potter. To see that everything grows and there are always seasons, and that you're just encompassing and embracing a new harvest. A newfound stimulation, a upon becoming the particle accelerator of the universe. Embracing this psychic atomic energy. This means that you are the fountain of youth. This means you are whatever you say and proclaim and declare your prophecy. Connecting into God code, Christ consciousness, the Shekinah glory, and connecting into the source dragon as it's helping us feel the vibrations of God, the sensations of God, and the emulation of God's source energy and the great I am. So in this moment, we are the chosen. We are connection. We are consciousness. And forever, we will be the power of the 10th dimension, the 777 portal, the 888 portal, and the embrace of God fully realized. Take one last deep breath. Exhale. When I snap my fingers, you'll come back to. You'll have a greater sense of clarity. You will know who you are, and you'll become the oracle of love, light, and wisdom, which is God made manifested in the human form. And so it is. My legs, my feet are asleep, so I have to sit like this. So I hope you guys really enjoyed the message. That was the 10th dimensional frequencies that were coming in. If you want to book private sessions with me, I am your host, White Wolf. It's 30 minutes for $50, 45 minutes for $85, around 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern. I will be doing readings, healings, activations, White Wolf Oracle of Bloodline Wisdom on YouTube. So feel free to subscribe to that, and that's where I will post all of these videos and such. So thank you guys so much. God bless. It's okay. But thank you guys so much. But just remember that we're all changing and growing at our own pace. Just know that it's not a sprint. You know, it's kind of a marathon. It's kind of like we're playing golf. So at the end of the day, we're running our own race. We're connecting into the divinity that we need to become. And we're not going against the grain of ourselves, but we're going against the grain of the illusion and embracing our true power and seeing that we don't have to be powerless, but we can actually rise up and speak up and share with our demonstrations and love within ourselves. So don't be afraid to do that. And don't be afraid to be bold and be rebellious and show your love and showcase your skills whenever you can, no matter in what way it is. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing, but it has to be everything that you want to do and you want to represent. Just be that existence. Choose to exist because existence has a reason to exist. So thank you. God bless. Namaste. I love you guys. Be the tree of life instead of the tree of knowledge. God bless and namaste. Thank you guys.